Evolution leads to many changes, in which humans have been greatly affected in the long run. As change occurs, new ideas are shared, which leads to revolution. Humans adapt to the new societies, and then eventually the process repeats again.
The Renaissance was basically a period of rebirth that took place for about over 200 years. It was after the Middle Ages and the collapse of the Roman Empire, and it was an outpouring of greatness of art, music, and literature. The mindsets of these two periods were very different. The Middle Ages focused on faith in the afterlife, and the Renaissance focused on all the four isms: secularism, individualism, humanism, and skepticism. Machiavelli was a humanist, a historian, and a politician. His main ideas of success were to be cruel and fickle, to surround yourself with loyal workers and gather up a strong army. He always says it's better to be feared than loved because of respect. As he always says, the ends justify the means, which means the individual is the ultimate source of value. The School of Athens shows part of the Renaissance mindset. It had secularism, individualism, humanism, and skepticism. Humanism and secularism, Galileo looking at the ground, focusing on the now. Humanism, this shows individualism. The painting portrays every famous philosopher and not the divine right of kings. The whole painting of mathematicians shows the skepticism because people want new ideas and they're questioning. There is an absence of
the divine right of kings.
The British started when Martin Luther supported the 95 Theses in 1517. The Roman Catholic Church was very angry. They thought no one would believe him. People started joining Martin Luther, especially the nobles, because they just wanted the power to overthrow the RCC. The Roman Catholic Church responded with the Counter-Reformation, but only the peasants went to them because they couldn't pay their taxes. This all started the religious war, Protestants v. Catholic. Martin Luther stopped the Christian from reforming. Martin Luther stopped the Christian from reforming. He said, "Here I stand," which inspired many people, especially a man named John Calvin, who created his own religion off the Protestant way. It is called Calvinism, and he even ran his own city, which thrived for many years. The 95 Theses created a brand new religion, which has caused many conflicts throughout Europe and is still alive today.
I took off my hat. Now let's roll on. Hopefully you have some spare change, because now we're talking about the Columbian Exchange.
Hey!
There was a triangle trade, and this resulted in this. Slaves to America, sugar and tobacco calling to Europe, and textiles, ramen, manufactured goods to Africa. This is important because countries finally traded. This led to change because countries got what they needed. Let's talk some more about exploration. Conquistadors traveled. They got new land and they control it. It's been controlled also. How do they control their people, you ask? Well, by religion, and comida, and conversion. Pizarro took over the Incas. They were powerful. He was outnumbered, but he had a strategy. Instead of a planned conversion, there was adaptation. He ambushed. The Spanish killed all the people and captured their leader. Well, this was part of the Columbian Exchange, where there was a lot of change. Exploration led to wonderful things. The payday to new land, new sails, new ships. Yeah. Well, why is everything new? This is because the time is about change. Sir Thomas said many things, but stated Guns, germs, steel were the most important thing. His thesis stated European economic, military, technology, and political power came about with geographical luck. Dun, 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 dun. Geography is where you thrive. Surplus agriculture in the Fertile Crescent results in this. Guns are for protection if you don't have money. The guns that give you power. He argues steel also because you need locations and resources. They wanted to go to the new world, so you mess. Why all these people in the exploration did this? Well, this is because GGG God glory is a questionable thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da, gold. Da-da-da-da-da-da, gold. Da-da-da-da-da-da, gold. They were the most important ideas because these people wanted new things. This made them travel and start new ideas.
Okay, now let me attempt to explain this to you. This is all about finding out what you believe is true. Scientists began identifying certain laws of nature, which at the time seemed to many as a dangerous wager. But then philosophers began to contemplate, which caused the popularity of these ideas to proliferate. People gathered in what appeared to be coffee shops, and the spread of information that resulted pulled all the stops on this train of information that allowed people like John Locke and Thomas Hobbes to open up shop. This brings me to the topic of a particular man, whose philosophy and opinions traveled as if delivered by caravan. Locke opposed the government's limiting of personal freedom. However, not all were keen on what he said was wisdom. In response to those that doubted him, he presented his position, that all new points of view always face opposition.
There was a leader named Henry VII. He collected unnecessary taxes and he met with France. Henry VII was a tutor, and so was Henry VIII, Mary I, and Elizabeth, who was related to some guy named Seth. There was a War of the Roses, but Henry ended it. There was also a family named the Stuarts. These people included James I, Charles I, Charles II, James II, Mary II, Queen Anne. After this, there was change. Next up, there was a guy named Henry VIII who was strange. Henry was a guy with a lot of wives. He married this person named Catherine, but she ended up hated by Henry, even though they already mated. He tried to get a divorce, as he stated, "As the long divorce of steel falls on me, make of your prayers one sweet sacrifice, and lift my soul to heaven." He wanted this so bad, but of course the church said no. So Henry VIII was mad and converted to Protestant. He thought he had more power as a pope, but he was wrong. Henry married Anne Boleyn and had Elizabeth. Now let's talk some more about Edward and Mary. They ruled before. The famous Elizabeth came and gained the throne. They managed to convert England back to Protestant. Elizabeth came in and don't want nothing to do with Mary because she thought her ideas were scary. Elizabeth defeated Philip II and this made her dance. But now let's talk about France. France turned different when Henry ruled. He was trying to be nice but didn't really know he would eventually be mean like lice. He created the Edict of Nantes, which was good for now. He decided to call us back with the Edict of Fontainebleau.